This was a great chapter of One Piece. Oh my gosh. I thought reached the peak of Wano Act 2 with last week's chapter with the epic speech of Luffy. Also, the one shot of Momonosuke. But we got some epic setup for what's to come in Onigashima in Wano Act 3, I'm assuming. And we once again got One Piece on the cover of the Weekly Shonen Jump with them not only promoting Wano, but also at the same time One Piece Film Stampede. We see Law, Sabo, Boa Hancock, and Rob Lucci alongside Luffy front page. So they could also be promoting the fact that they're all wearing kimonos. Wano gear is pretty cool. Also, we also know that Boa Hancock's going to be appearing in the upcoming One Piece episode in this filler for the setup to One Piece Film Stampede. So that's going to be a big deal to a lot of people. So this chapter, again, like I said, it was a straight up setup. We have Capone and Chiffon once again on the cover page on their adventures, and I don't know if they're going to come across something important that's going to set up possibly the aftermath of Wano. Curious to see what happens with the Worst Generation. Speaking of the Worst Generation, we start off with a flashback with Kid and Luffy having a conversation, and Luffy, Kid, this is coming from Kid, and this surprised the hell out of me because I thought Kid would be the first to go for a rematch with Kaido, but he's like, "You're really going to fight Kaido again after what happened?" And Luffy's like, "Yeah, you want to come with?" And Kid is the one that said, "Are you crazy?" While this is going on in present time, Kid is gathering all the metal in the Udon Prison. We don't get to see what he does because it cuts to a conversation with Momonosuke. It cuts to another scene in Udon, but you can tell that Kid is going to go ham. I'm done with the alliances. I'm not trusting anyone anymore, which you really can't, especially in the pirate world, unless it's the Straw Hats, of course. So Kid's the same way, but here Kid is smart enough to realize he doesn't need to make any alliances. So he says to Luffy that he's crazy for looking to pick another fight with Kaido, but at the same time he's like, "Let's go, killer. We're going our own way from now on, and we're gonna get our friends back." Now, to me, that implies the rest of Kid's crew must be in Onigashima because there's no reason why Kid would say that. I don't think Kid is gonna leave Wano. Given what happened with Killer, no. I love how Kid just says, and he's looking at Luffy and Chopper as he's leaving. Just be happy I don't feel like killing you right now. So that's like, I kind of owe you one for what happened. I like that. Then we go over to Raizo trying to convince the samurai that's already in Udon Prison to join up with them, but they can't be trusted because they disappeared for 20 years. They haven't even aged 20 years, so they can't be trusted, so they have trust issues. Meanwhile, we go over to a cute scene with Luffy, Otama, Momonosuke, and Chopper. I'm kind of glad that Luffy and Otama are reunited after all this time. Otoma's just laughing it up, but Momonosuke's like, he's definitely not okay. Chopper's like trying to work for an antibody, which obviously implies that he's going to be okay. And this quote actually made me chuckle to no end, with Chopper's like, "Bluffing that doesn't work on me. If you just stayed put, I wouldn't have had to do all this. Viruses hurt, don't they?" So Chopper looks more angry than anything else. Then the quote that really gets me is like, "When will you learn that your actions have consequences? Apologize to me." Like, taking a quote from that kid on YouTube. It's a meme everywhere. And Luffy can't even talk right because he's like, "I'm sorry, but it burns." As in, "I'm sorry it hurts," but he can't tell it right. So that's funny. Momonosuke calling out Luffy for being an idiot, but Momonosuke has done jack since he's been on Wano. How Luffy calls him out, says, "You're really an idiot, a coward, a weakling, a scaredy cat." You should have called him a perv on top of that because he'd have been accurate. But then Momonosuke, so the thing is, Momonosuke gets so enraged about what Luffy insulted him with that he actually tries to attack Luffy while he's contaminated. So how about Momonosuke does something other than perv on Nami and Robin? Although, in all seriousness, he does actually rally the troops in Udon Prison, the samurai who lost faith in the Kozuki clan. And because he's the shadow of Kozuki Oden, he immediately leaves an impact on the prisoners there. Momonosuke is about to tell what happened 20 years ago, and it conveniently cuts to a conversation between Kawamatsu and Raizo. And Kawamatsu's kind of like, "I kind of need to meet up with somebody, I need to do my own thing." So it could only be Denjiro. I don't know why he would go off on his own. Maybe that was the whole point of Denjiro being that silhouetted samurai was wrong. So why was he silhouetted in the first place? If it wasn't good. I guess Komasa's going on his own. He may end up meeting up with Hiyori because obviously they have a connection, so that would make sense. Like I said, it conveniently cuts from a conversation up on Momonosuke. Now, the only way they would skip over this is if we heard this flashback before, what happened with Lady Toki, assuming she's dead, and I'm still not sure about that one, but either way, we heard the story of what happened. So unless there's something that new that brings itself to light that we didn't know before, that's the only reason why I think they would cut. But other than that, I don't have a problem with them cutting it unless it leads to something that we didn't know before. But then we go over to Kuri, the beach of Kuri on Wano, with a conversation between Ajra Doji, aka Shuntomaru, Inuyarashi, and Kinemon. And last time we saw Ajra Doji, was going to show them something. It was the grave sites of all the fallen that have waited for the samurai to return these past 20 years. It's been a long time. Some of the samurai actually picked up the swords and said, "Die with honor," that type of ordeal. And Shuntomaru actually tears up. This is where we get some insight into his character. Like, he tears up and he tries to prevent them from committing suicide pretty much, because a war with Kaido, yeah, he's pretty much getting himself killed, and he's obviously been filled with that guilt. Like, why 20 years? Why wait this long? And even Kinemon doesn't know. And to me, that's like highlighting a question. Like, the only person who would know that at this point is Hiyori, considering the fact she's this past 20 years. And Momonosuke wouldn't know a thing, because he was already sent alongside the rest of the samurai, so it wouldn't make any sense to ask him. So, like I said, the only one who would know that is Hiyori, who actually gets a bigger role than I thought she would by the end of this chapter. We go to there, and we actually to a temple with Zoro actually taking down a bunch of guards or samurai. They'll already be taken care of. We see one of them get one-shotted. I knew this would happen. There would be a time skip to where most of the Shrouds were together, but no, it's actually Hiyori and Zoro together, and that's actually still a thing. So we don't get to see the rest of the Shrouds where they ended up, and Oda keeping that rendezvous point a secret that Robin mentioned a couple of chapters ago. It seems forever now, but obviously it's leading to the reunion, most of the Straw Hat reunion into Wano Act 3. I've said that before. Actually, Hiyori's kind of like, oh, I'm kind of useless in this, so I apologize. And Zoro casually says, yeah, you are, but it doesn't matter, because obviously if I let something happen to you, I won't be able to talk. I wouldn't know what to say to Momonosuke, so that's cool. I'm part of Zoro. Again, he's with Hiyori by himself. 3 of the Straw Hats are together with the group right now. Obviously, Chopper, Luffy, and Zoro. There's obviously a reason for it. I don't know how much left is in Wano Act 2, but I did find it interesting. First off, we have Zoro, like, I'm getting my blades back from Gyokimaru. We knew that was coming. So before the final battle on Onigashima, he was about to tell Hiyori about the Shisui. I'm pretty sure she already knows the tale, but it's like, my belt feels light, so now I'm pissed. So now I'm getting my sword back. I think this needs to be a dominant win for Zoro, just to set him up for the final battle, because we know he's going to fight King the Calamity. I'm not saying it's going to be a one-shot Zoro getting a dominant win over Gyokimaru, especially with what happened last time, with a lot of people having a problem with Zoro being nerfed again. So Zoro has to step it up a notch. He has to up the ante and take this more seriously. I think he will. This is where things get interesting, because he says, I'm going to avenge Toniyasu, but then Hiyori's the one actually flips the switch and actually says, let me be the one to kill Orochi. And you see Zoro with that serious expression on his face, like, what, are you serious? So, and now that I think about it, it does make sense given the parallels. Momonosuke back in Zou, it makes sense that Hiyori would want Orochi dead, given what the. So I like that. However, I don't think that's gonna be the way it goes. I think they're gonna be there to observe the downfall of Orochi and Kaido, much like how you have Rebecca and Law and everybody that's involved with Dressrosa who got screwed over by Doflamingo. They watched the downfall of Duffy thanks to Luffy. I think with the Supernova Alliance, with Kaido and both Orochi's downfall, I think that's where they're going with this. I could be wrong, but we'll see. To me, this also could shift into 2 battles, because unless Orochi does go to Onigashima, we don't know. Remember, there's a second poneglyph in the Orochi's castle, so that has to get explored by Robin at some point. We know that Rob Poneglyph is in Onigashima, so it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But either way, they could get that sorted after everything's been resolved. It's going to be cool to see where Wano Act 3 goes. There's going to be some monstrous hype, given the setup we got in this chapter. Hiyori has a goal. I don't know if she's going to go through with it, but it's cool that she's going to get more of a spotlight. But there's also means we're going to get the reunion of Momonosuke and Hiyori. Unless Momonosuke doesn't go to rally the troops and not go there himself. To be honest, I honestly thought while this whole mess was going on in Udon Prison that Atama and Momonosuke got kidnapped, but or captured. I guess that's going to wait until Onigashima. Speaking of capture, we actually end the chapter with Hawkins and Drake, and they're talking about getting some info on the Straw Hats, and you know all about it. And of course, they've got Law detained, and we need to just spill the beans about what's going on, what are you here for, and Law with a casual smile on his face, like, yeah, he doesn't care. Much like how Kid first got captured, then Luffy, and now Law. So the parallels are there. But I personally think he did this on purpose so he can get the whereabouts to Beppo. I'm pretty sure he's on Onigashima, but that would, much like Kid, he's also looking for his crew, so that makes sense. But I think this could be Law's way of getting to Onigashima, even though I think Law would have gone there anyway, but it just gives Law more of a personal reason to go there now. But the question mark is what's going to happen with the X-Drake and Hawkins and Apu with the rest of the Supernova. Is there going to be a split, or is there going to be a turn like we all think there's going to be? But Oda's making it very, very. He's not making it obvious. It's like what Hawkins, Apu, and X-Drake are they going to remain slaves for the rest of their lives? So we know where Kid stands. We know where Luffy stands. Obviously, Law is the same way. The Wano Act 3. Obviously, we got Zoro versus Kyukimaru. I don't know if that's going to happen within Wano Act 2 of what's left. We don't really know. Soon, that's what's coming soon. Decent, great chapter that followed an epic one last week. So, let me know what you guys think down below. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later.